All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown, and oh my God, Ava Max is so good to see you. How are you, Ava Max?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing good, but not as good as you. You're fresh off vacay, right?
Yes.
And you give me the drink of choice. You drink
Casamigos and yeah.
And how do you have like a little pineapple?
A little pineapple, dash of pineapple juice in there. I know it's really sugary and the hangovers are the worst, but in the moment, it's very good.
Oh man, one of these days. Not obviously we're not doing it now, but one of these days, let's do a full on like.
Let's just try different tequilas.
Well, yeah, but like interview and as we people have done this before, obviously, but let's start the interview kind of soberish,
Yes.
and then just see kind of we'll have a couple of those things and we'll see kind of where it goes,
I will probably it will probably be a lifetime interview because I will say some crazy stuff I've never ever said, and people will be like, oh. That's the real her. Okay. She's really unhinged.
Have to have somebody with their finger on the bleep button, like all the, like working overtime.
Imagine if all interviews, everyone was drunk all the time. You would see a completely different side of everybody.
Would we love that or would it be like the worst?
I think we would love it.
I bet,
life would be so much more fun.
Ain't that the truth? Let's talk about the album artwork because I saw you posted all the physicals.
The new one.
Yeah, they have like a bunch of different looks on the cover.
There's three covers. There's an exclusive European one. There's the main one, the first one I posted earlier in the year last year. And then there is the last one from the Dancing's Done visualizer. And I picked that one because once I finished that visualizer, I was like, okay, this is the album cover and it should have been the album cover and I should have done this earlier in the year, but it has. So, it happened.
So this happened. This wasn't the plan, but it's sort of, but now it's kind of cool. I thought you planned it because three different covers and whatnot.
No, the third one really was just like, I would give my fans like 10 covers if I could. You
would, right?
You know what I mean? So I'm like, third one is fine. I think it's much better than like anything else I saw previously. And I was like, let's swap it on all digital.
That'd be funny.
So that's what we're doing.
Like what's Ava doing? She's still shooting the cover shots. But it's been 3 months. She's still shooting the cover.
She just is a perfectionist and is psychotic and needs to change it for the 8th time. No, actually, I love the first cover a lot as well. I really do. And a lot of the vinyls are that cover. And I love the back cover. But the third cover just feels a bit more me now.
I like the idea of multiple covers, and fans can choose if they want both or just one.
Exactly,
or all three.
You pick. I don't want to pick for you.
Something about, I'm not just saying that just to make, because I thought that's what you planned. Well, anyway, Diamonds and Dance Floors. This album's coming out January 27th. Talk about this album, Ava. Leak something. Talk about whatever you want to do. Go at it.
Okay, so every single one of these songs, or everyone asks what's your favorite song. Every single one is. I really love each song. They're not exactly the same, it's more the meaning behind the album that's more cohesive on this album. Each song has a little bit of a different influence on it. So like, for instance, Ghost has a little 90s house. Like each song is pop, but everything else, every other vibe on it is a little bit different. Like $1 Million Baby's little, little
right.
Michael, and you can hear those influences a little bit. You can hear more of a just Kings and Queens influences on Weapons and One of Us. And then, 90s house is Ghost. So everything pop rock, maybe the problem. It's a little rock. I wanted something in there for everybody. I didn't want it to be exactly the same.
God, I'm thinking the track Ghost with all my paranormal stuff. Maybe I need to listen to that and make it like the theme song.
Oh, Ghost. Honestly,
crazy. It's nothing about Ghost, I know.
Has nothing to do with that. But no, actually, yes. I mean, the energy of an ex.
It's just me, just left field in here. I'm told it was inspired by, maybe you told me this, I don't know, inspired by a breakup, which I guess was kind of like your worst year ever. But I guess it's fascinating that, and by the way, life equals good music. Pain at times equals good music. It's crazy how something so, blah, can turn into a piece of art. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
So I never understood Heartbreak lyrics. I always was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, just write about something empowering and happy. Then my heart got broken, and that was all I could write about and all I could even think about. So I was angry. I was sad. I was frustrated. I just didn't even know what to do. So, maybe The Problem was written. Ghost was written. Diamonds and Dance Floors was written. A lot of songs that just, started off as a little bit of ballads. I turned into dance records. So that's why you hear like One of Us sounds kind of like it's about to be a ballad, but then I turned up the beat just because I feel like I wanted everyone to dance.
Right.
I didn't want people to just sob.
Now, I ask this a lot of artists, no names whatsoever, none of my business, but I would assume this person knows these songs are about or are loosely based on them in this situation, right?
Yes.
Did you get any reactions from this person?
For sure.
I would love to hear those someday.
For sure. No, I
don't just say them. That's okay.
No. Yeah, no. I mean, it's hard because it's my life at the end of the day. So there's nothing really I can censor.
Did you hear what Lana Del Rey did when she put, I don't know if this is true or not, but she put a billboard. Yeah. Oh my God. In the home of her ex or something like that.
Savage.
Dude. Oh my God.
That's savage. That's something I aspire to be.
Right, you know what? Well, I'll say one thing. You know, when you're dating an artist or musician or somebody that's, you know, creative, if you're gonna end up in a song one way or the other, or whether you did bad or good, that's just the assumed risk. So it's fair game.
You know, no names are called.
Nope.
Usually, no names are called. But I think it's more so just like at the end of the day, just be a nice person, and you won't get songs written about you. And I feel like, you know, I'm not the only person who said that. I'm sure.
No, not at all. Your fans are beautiful, wonderful, lovely people. Love. But every now and then, some fans get a little extra. Do you have, and I love these stories, do you have a crazy fan encounter that you like to tell?
All of my fans will never do anything crazy to me. So
and sometimes they're fun crazy.
It's probably a hater.
Have you had a
It's not a fan if they're going to be, you know, I think fans are very respectful and loving. My fans, at least.
Gotcha. What is the weirdest place or strangest place you've ever been asked for a pic, for a selfie?
So I was going to my hotel room in London, and I felt someone following me in the lobby, but I was like, I'm not going to look back. It's probably just my imagination. I was tired, and then I got in the elevator, and then someone gets in the elevator, and then in the elevator, as soon as I hit my number where, you know, my level where I was going,
right,
my hotel room, he asks for a selfie, and then he comes out with me.
Oh, God.
And my room's right there, and I felt so uncomfortable, and he took a selfie, and he's like, I'm so sorry to bother you. I don't mean to intrude. And then he's like, is this your room? And I was like, yeah. And I was just like, but I forgot I'm going to get a water bottle downstairs. And then he started following me again. So it was a little weird, very strange. And then I was just like, you know what? I have to pee. I'm like, you don't want to come with me and pee. So I was like,
oh my God.
And I had to say that because I don't know why. I just can't be like super rude to someone. Like, I'm not going to be like, get out of my face. Like, I'm more so like, you know what? I'm going to pee. You probably don't want to pee with me. And I said that. And he's like, you're right. I don't want to pee with you. And so he went outside, and I like went back in the elevator really quickly, and there you go. He was gone.
Okay, me and you are the same. We react the same way, but man, you got to be careful, Ava. What? Something's going on here. Was he the guy that was creepy following you?
I'm like, you don't want to be with me. Just go outside.
Oh my God. Ava, you got to be. Some of these people are crazy. I mean, clearly, yeah. Oh my God. I assume. Tour talks. Your 2023 headline tour is kind of down the road here. You know.
Yes.
What do I need to know about this tour, Ava Max?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say exactly the day, but it is happening this year.
Okay.
We're touring for a long time. The band, dancers, the whole shebang. We're doing it.
Do you love life on the road?
On the road, yeah. I feel like I live better, and I thrive better in chaos for sure.
Because like a lot of artists,
when I'm home, I'm bored. I'm just like, and then I get anxiety. I'm just like, what? I need to be like chaos. I need some chaos in my life.
Huh?
That's probably why I'm still single.
But when you're, stop it. A lot of artists say when they're on the road, they want to go home. When they're at home, they want to go on the road.
Oh, 1,000%. It's like that. It's a problem. But I am enjoying being home right now. It's just the fact that like my mind is just racing.
I can see this energy in you. Like you're, I don't know, ramped up for the album and all this stuff. It's go time basically, right?
Oh my God, yes. I'm excited. I'm excited for the album.
Ava, when you tour, I should have brought this up earlier. When you tour, do you have a hotel, don't say what it is, but do you have a hotel alias, like a secret name?
I do. I want to tell you, it's so funny.
Well, if you tell me, then you're going to have to change it. Or can you tell me an old one?
Well, it's from The Devil Wears Prada.
So
that's all I'm going to say.
What is it? Oh, it's from The Devil Wears. Okay.
That's just from the movie. And I'm just like, I love it so much.
So when you walk in.
It feels so cool and important.
And if people
because
don't.
I'm actually not, you know. I'm not cool.
Now, please. When you walk up, if people don't know how that works, when you walk to if you call up the hotel and say, "Hey, is Ava Max there?" They'll say, "There's nobody here by that name." But you have to say that.
Usually, but sometimes they really like to say she's here, and I'm just like, "Why you say she's here?"
That's the whole point of the hotel.
She's
alias.
not here.
Now, what have you ever locked your key in the room and had to go back down and say, "Hey, I need."
Yes, and then I can't get it because my ID doesn't match.
You're not the Devil Wears Prada girl.
Worst. That's the worst. And one time I was in my robe and like I had no shoes on or slippers or anything, and I hate being barefoot. And I'm just like, whoa! I was like, "Give me my key. This is my room." They're like, "It's not you." And I'm like, "I can verify," but then I have my bag and I have my credit card. I can verify that. I couldn't verify anything.
So what did you do? Call manager and whatnot?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God for people who help put my life together when I am a wreck.
You were paid to be Ava Max, and they have to get you from point A to point B. That's their job, right?
Where's point B exactly?
I know. $1 Million Baby. Let's talk about this track. Yes. Give me something. What else do people need to know about this track?
I love this record, and I had so much fun making this record. It also is not a sad story. It's an empowering record, and it's about coming out stronger. About feeling like $1 million after being basically stomped on. No, actually not that dramatic, but basically being heartbroken for me personally. It could, right. Someone else could be going through completely something different. For me, I came out stronger and felt like $1 million after a very long time, but it happened.
after you write a song like this, I assume for you, it's a therapeutic to get this kind of stuff out.
For sure. It's more therapeutic now to perform it.
Oh.
I have to say, when I perform it, like in the beginning, I'm like a little nervous because I don't want to like cry or get sad. But this one, I feel strong after singing this one. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. Let's just like sing this one. 2-part question. What do you consider your personal best live performance? And then the complete flip of that, what do you consider your absolute worst? One was near perfection. One was ultimate. For what? Performing?
Like a live performance, your performance.
Like something that might have happened?
Yeah. Like give me the best day. Like this concert was amazing that I did. I felt like it was my best ever. And then the one where, if you have one.
Okay,
where it was
Madison Square Garden, so much fun.
This is the good one, right?
Yes, Jingle Ball that I just did recently with iHeart. And that was like, oh my God, I felt like I had fire under my shoes. I was just, by the end of it, I was just like, whoa, that was electric. That was incredible. So Madison Square Garden.
Like almost spiritual? Yeah, like
spiritual. I don't even remember doing it almost to the point where I felt like I was flying. It was crazy. It was just magical. And then a bad one was Indianapolis, I think I was, in Indiana. Is it in Indiana?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm like, is Indianapolis in Indiana? Hell, tell me somebody. Okay, no. I am not kidding you. It was like TV broadcasted, right? Killed the actual show. Oh my God. Somehow my tracks were so low that you could only hear my a cappella voice. So I was like, that's the motto. That's the motto.
And you couldn't hear the music at all?
Literally like an a cappella of motto. And I just was like, I was like shaking on the mic. Like my niece calls me and she goes, Amanda, like my first name is Amanda. And she goes, Amanda, you know that like, the track wasn't even loud. Like, I only heard you. Like, you were singing a cappella and then you were dancing all weird to your a cappella voice. And I was like, oh, I guess we didn't turn up the tracks that loud. So afterwards, when I watched it, I was cringing. I was like, turn it up. So anyways, that happened and I cried. But
it happens. It happens. So now I'm crazy about TV broadcasts. I'm just like, okay, let's make sure this is on and that's on and that's on. And not just my voice or not just the track and you can't hear my voice. It's like always something, right? It's so hard to hear it the way you want to hear it, especially. But when you're on stage, you have to be focused on just
what I know it sucked when multiple people called me. And they're like, do you know that this happened? I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, I knew. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I knew. Perfect. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Awesome. Ava, before you were an artist, you're a fan. Yep. Still a fan. Yes, of course. Give me the best live performance you've seen someone else do. Beyonce, of course. Oh, dude, talk about this. Beyonce, that was the easiest question you've ever asked me. What is it? Okay, the dumbest question ever, but let me just get your POV. What is it about Beyonce for you? No one can do what she does. That's what it is. She's superhuman, I think. Have you met her before? No, but I don't think I could because she would probably be like, she'd instantly make me sweat and she'd be like, ew, I don't want to get near you. Like, she would instantly make me sweat. I highly doubt that. I mean, I get hot for her. So no, she just like is phenomenal. I think the way her stamina, her persistence on stage, the way she holds her notes while she's dancing, the way she's dancing while she's singing, no one can do that. And a lot of people maybe can do that, but maybe some people they lip sing, maybe they, you know what I mean? Like maybe,
she's live.
Maybe they don't dance as much if they're singing a lot. It's like she is like full on the entire show. There's no one like that. She's a killer. You know,
I'm obsessed with the paranormal.
I am too.
Yeah, I know you are. Ghosts, UFOs, all that stuff. I've got a podcast called Paranormal. I'm off the deep end. You're off the deep end too. We've talked about your paranormal encounters in the past. But
boo.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
What was that? I have a bit of a challenge for you. When this tour starts, what are your thoughts on one of these? I mean, a lot of nice hotels you're going to stay in, you know, but some of these hotels, probably a lot of them, have the haunted room, the history.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Would you consider, you know, one of these locations requesting and staying in the haunted room and basically, you know.
Not by myself.
Well,
I'll bring my bestie.
Bring your bestie. And like, if anything happens, you know, film it and report back. Like, give me an update. I would love to have, you know.
I've had a lot of experiences.
Give me. Do you have a new one we haven't talked about?
There's a place in Spain.
Oh, let's go. Here we go.
Madrid called the Palace, and it's a beautiful hotel.
Right.
There's one particular suite there that my friend and I were staying in the suite, and she heard the same thing. There was no speakers in this particular room, and the music started playing, like old school music. Like, I think it was like Frank Sinatra. And we were like, do you hear that? There's no speakers. And then it turns off. It was the weirdest thing. The entire suite had music playing. And then we were sleeping, and we heard just something crazy in the shower, but it was like wrestling almost. And then we freaked out, and then the lights turned on. This particular suite, I will never go in again.
No kidding.
Just because, you know, I didn't sleep, and I had to perform the next day, so the ghosts were keeping me up.
Dude, that's so not cool.
I was like, come on. I was like, I'm trying not to pay attention, but you're loud.
One of these days, I want to get the name of that hotel, and I want to find. You would never stay in that suite again.
No, but that's how I knew really paranormal activity was real. When my friend heard it at the same time. Usually, it's like one or the other. Like I'm hearing something and she doesn't, and then she's like, "You're crazy," or I'm like, "You're crazy," and then we both heard it at the same time. We looked at each other like, "Is this where we die?" But we didn't. Did
you guys like get snuggled up? Like, oh god, like
definitely was some dark energy in there. The music part was kind of cool actually, but other than that,
yeah, everything else was not cool. True or false? You got, I guess you had to get, or you chose to get more chill in the studio while recording this album. That's what I heard.
Like chill in what way?
I don't even know. That's my question. Like,
wait, when did I say that? I say some weird stuff.
Maybe this is complete. You know, I was going to ask how you did it, but maybe you didn't do it. How
I get chill? Oh, like kind of inspired you mean?
I guess so. I mean, I'm not sure what that really meant.
I don't even know when I said that.
How did you record with this album when you walked into the studio? Were you in like the typical headspace, or did you have to get kind of, you know, serious?
It depends. I don't like forcing my music to come out, or like lyrics, or if I'm not feeling a song, I'm like, next song, let's just make something new. You know,
right.
I don't want to force it. So if I'm not feeling it all that day, I'll just be like, I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow.
So when you walk in, you have a beat set, maybe some, a few lyrics.
But to get settled, for sure, I like to hear a lot of beats and, you know, new music, and I work a lot with Circuit hand in hand. So I just
right.
He's always playing me new music, and I think when I hear a beat, I'm like, oh my god, I want to record something.
Do you typically, when you hear a beat that like, hey, I love that, what's the quickest you've jumped up, like in the studio right then?
Instantly.
And just really?
Instantly. Oh my god, that's happened so many times with us, and he's just like, and a lot of times he's just like, he's like, I didn't actually make that for you. And I was just like, no, go back to that other beat. Go back to that. He's like, no, that's not for you. It's like more of like a different vibe. And I'm just like, but I like that vibe. And then when I start doing new melodies, then he's like, okay, fine, you can have it.
One thing leads to another. It's all of a sudden an Ava Max song. I love crazy road stories. I can't get enough of them. Crazy things happen on the road. I've talked to bands that they've left a band member in a country. Septic tank breaks on the tour bus. You know, equipment gets stolen. That was One Republic that told me that. Give me a crazy road story. What's something that happened to Ava Max and crew?
We almost missed the European Music Awards. My first time performing Sweet But Psycho there with the symphony and everything. I did not get rehearsal.
Huh.
We missed, like, a lot of people miss their flights, but, like, we were cutting it very close to the point where we almost completely missed it. And the bumpy plane ride was nuts. We just, like, don't know. I don't know how. Right before the show started, we got on stage.
No rehearsal, no nothing.
Nothing.
How'd that show go?
I didn't even know what the symphony was going to sound like.
Oof.
And so, I mean, I just winged it, and it happened. But that was the craziest moment, I think, because I take my performances very seriously. So when I knew I wasn't even going to have a rehearsal or anything or hear it, that was crazy.
Let me ask about, okay, I'm not the best flyer. I mean, I do it. When you say the word turbulence, that freaks me out.
Yes, it does freak me out. I've gotten better at it, actually. So, because I know it always ends, right? The turbulence either ends good or
one
bad.
word. That's what I feel. Oh, God. Do you have a drink?
Horrible.
It's
horrible. No, I don't like turbulence. I really don't. But
Same.
what am I supposed to do?
I don't
myself, like grow wings. I mean, I have to get on planes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, I was hoping you make me feel better, but I'm not sure if I feel better or not.
I always put my big girl pants on. All right, here we go. More turbulence.
Oh, God. What are your family, like from back in the day, been with you since, the beginning, family, friends, what's their reaction to the success you've had so far?
They are just so proud. My dad randomly sends me really long paragraphs just like about how proud he is. And the paragraph can go on and on for a long time. And it's just about how proud he is. And so that right there, it makes me tear up. I'm just like, oh my God. The fact that I'm making my parents this proud is everything to me.
Do they come to shows semi-often?
As much as they can. They came to the LA Jingle Ball show, and my brother came to the Madison Square Garden one. So like a lot of, they come to a lot. The New Year's Eve show they came to. Not too many, because I don't want them to get tired, because touring is exhausting. So I don't want them to be like with me constantly, even though they probably would prefer to.
Have you ever as you're performing, kind of look to the left or the right or wherever they are and make eye contact with mom and dad? And what are they? It's just is it a situation?
I haven't done that yet with mom or dad. I haven't done that because I feel like they would make me giggle or make me like trip or something because I'd start laughing. I don't know.
Maybe so. And same question to you. What's your reaction to the success so far? Not that there's, you got so many things left to do in your career, obviously, but great thing. The world is your oyster, as they say. But what's your reaction to the success so far?
It's crazy. I sat during my little 4-day vacay during after New Year's Eve.
She got 4 days off. Congrats.
Thanks.
All right. Yay, 4 days.
Those 4 days were magical, filled with añejo and laughter and sunshine. No, where were we? Oh, yeah. I got some time to reflect. And it really, it's incredible what one person, right, can achieve, what you can achieve, what I can achieve, what anyone can achieve. It's incredible. The world is our oyster, and we can do anything we want. And I think that is something that we always have to remember, like nothing is too hard.
Amen.
Yeah.
Manifesting is real. I'll leave it at that. Boom. There you go.
For sure.
Quick recap. The new album, Diamonds and Dance Floors, it's out January 27th. Tour coming. Details, stay close to her socials for that. Do you still talk when you're in LA and you hear me on the radio? Do you still talk to me? I
did it actually recently. I swear. I was like, hey. I'm like, oh.
One of these days, I want you to film that just to make me happy.
God.
I don't know.
If I had a camera in my hand the entire time while driving, I'd probably get pulled over and wreck my car. But
that's bad.
I'll put it up at the. What do people have? The little
thingy.
I need to do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, what else do people? Final question, sort of a question. What else do people need to know about Ava Max? Ava Max.
Oh man, I'm just excited about all this music coming out and finally going on a headline tour this year. Finally, I mean, it just feels like I've been talking about it for so long, but this year it's actually happening. There's so many firsts this year as well, and I've done a lot, which is crazy to say that there's so many firsts this year.
Right.
And that makes me even more excited. It feels like almost like I'm just beginning again.
How cool is that?
Really cool.
Ava, you're freaking doing this. You're doing it.
Thank you.
I mean, your dreams are happening, right? And it's Ava Max, good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
At the end of every interview, of course, at the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. You know, I am.
Boom, boom, boom.